Wonderful.
We are live. Let's go.
Thank you for
Hello,
having me,
everyone.
Riley.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for being here today. For anyone watching, we will be starting in 2-3 minutes. So feel free to get a little refill or whatever you need to attend this session. So funny. We getting this the we getting the butt streamers already spamming onto
I
the
haven't
stuff.
even streamed in 4 years, and I still have the bots working.
Yeah. This is so good. This is so good. I love it. So we'll start in about 2-3 minutes, just for me to check if all the platforms running smoothly. If you joined, let us know that you're here. Send us a little message in the comments. Say hello, and let us know where you're based. It's always good to know. Um, big is our reach. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we are running on X. There you go. Let me just quickly tune this. Perfect, perfect. Welcome, welcome. Okay, good. Do you hear any background noise with my microphone?
Not at
All
all. You're
good?
good.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Um Let me check the platforms. Hello everyone. Welcome to the show. We'll start in about 2 minutes. Okay, we're live on YouTube. Welcome to the YouTube viewers. And we also live on LinkedIn. Welcome to the LinkedIn viewers. Perfect, perfect. Per Excellent. So let me make sure we push this good announcement. We'll start in about 2 minutes. Let us know that you are here with a little message. Say hello in the comments. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
I'm checking my Twitch. I'm excited to tell you about that.
Is it dusty?
It is very dusty, yeah. It is live. I can see it. That's very cool. Wow. Wow. StreamYard has done a wonderful job.
Have
They're
they?
awesome. Because
Yeah.
I have to manage APIs pretty much every day for the developer side of my app that we'll talk about later. But oh
Absolutely,
my
yeah.
goodness, it is one of the most infuriated things in the entire world.
Oh yeah. APIs APIs can be a real headache, especially since this new wave that Netflix has created with microservices. It's like everything is
Mhm.
API now. But yeah, we can dive into that in a couple of minutes. Welcome
Yeah,
everyone.
it's a slippery
We
slope.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome everyone. Welcome to this live session. We'll start in about 2 minutes. So get comfortable. Let us know if you hear us well. Drop a little message in the comments. Say hello and confirm us and me that the sound is good. And let us know where you are located. It's always good to see how big our reach is. Cool. I think all the platforms are stable. Yeah, this is cool. There we go. Let me just push a little message for our LinkedIners. Okay, people are joining. Love it. There we go.
I'm gonna have to make sure I look right there, not at the screen. That's one of the hardest parts.
Oh yeah, and I have the same problem. I'm not using an external camera, so I have to look at the computer as well. But my second screen is
Right.
slightly up. Yeah, uh, but your gamer streamer experience should kick in pretty quickly.
The good old days.
Yeah.
now I just help streamers. I should start a consulting business, a very low ticket consulting business for streamers. Help them scale
Yes,
up.
absolutely. Yeah, it's those it's those things where you think it's not a problem. Everyone has mastered it, and then when you talk to average people, you realize that they're so far away with technology,
Hmm.
and you realize like all the opportunities that you can of problems that you can solve. It's yeah, it's insane.
Right. And then when you visit family, especially on Thanksgiving, and you're talking about whatever you're doing, they're thinking you're from a whole nother planet, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not explaining to you what an API is or how an AI agent works or anything like that. It's the biggest pain in the butt.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I had that exact same experience um, when still at university because I did master's degree in computer science,
Hmm.
and you're just with future engineers just like you, and you tend to think that everyone knows what you knows, but it's when you exit the bubble you realize like no, people are so far away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. Welcome everyone. We will start in about a minute. It's your last chance to get a glass of water, send your last happy Thanksgiving messages, and tune in for this live session. Let us know in the comment if you're here as well. Let us know in the comment that you're here. We always appreciate a little message, a little shout out, and we'll give it a start. Oh, good. Okay, all good for me. Jack, ready to go?
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. Welcome to the Startup Kitchen Show, episode number 8. I can't believe that I've done so many episodes in just a couple of weeks. I'm your
It's
host,
crazy.
Riley Ikni. I'm a startup advisor and investor, and this show is all about startups, entrepreneurship, building. Every week, I'll try to interview founders, builders, and have a conversation with them with no artificial flavor. So we tell the things and the real things. We don't sugarcoat. We don't masquerade. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want to make sure every other builders out there, every other founder, startups can learn from our mistakes, but also learn from our successes. And that's why I wanted to build a show. In the show, we also sometimes have subject matter experts like investors or founders who exited their companies. You can also learn from them. So that's the Startup Kitchen Show. This is episode number 8. Today we have another cool guest, Jack. Jack, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone who's watching and your guys' families, everything.
There you go. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who's watching. That's a special episode. I can't believe I did a Thanksgiving episode, so I'm gonna label it in post production.
Also, for anyone that doesn't know, it's Riley's birthday today too. So give him a happy birthday.
Ah, you such a snitch. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. So that's my birthday as well. So I'm celebrating it live with y'all. Oh, thank you, Jack. I love it. Appreciate it. Um, I always start the show with the same question. This show is called the Startup Kitchen Show. So, Jack, what is your favorite dish on this special Thanksgiving episode?
Paella. Paella from Spain. It's my favorite.
Okay.
Hmm.
Why paella?
Well, I had Spanish neighbors in college and they told me about it. So I kept trying to make it, and you can't really do it without like a paella dish, like the specific dish you cook paella in. But then one time I got it. It was probably the best food I've ever eaten in my entire life. And then ever since I made that, every single week past that day for like 2 months straight, I made paella, and I still love it to this day. just the flavors are good, and then you have seafood, you have rabbit, you have everything that you can put in paella. So it's quite the dish. It's amazing.
So, what would be like this? What would be this ingredient that makes it very special for you? What does it take to make like this really good paella?
So it's a thing called the sokarat. So it's what happens is you have the stock and you put it in the dish with the rice. Okay, then you cover the dish and the rice, it kind of like steams up. It takes in the water and everything, and then the bottom of the pan actually burns the rice, and that's what you call the sokarat. And it caramelizes it, and it's like amazing. You'd expect burnt food to taste kind of bad, but this burnt food tastes extraordinarily well. And so I think everyone's got to try it at least once, and it's really good too because like if you have friends or family, you can find a Spanish restaurant, a tapas restaurant. It's like maybe $50, but you can split it between 4 people, and it's like amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. When I had it in Spain back when I was a kid, my we was traveling. We were going to Spain during summer. I was living in France. It was very close. And there, yeah, at the restaurant they would serve you the paella in this sort of gigantic pan for like one table, and then everyone would just fill their own plate. So it's really like a plate, sorry, a dish to share with the family and friends, and it's typical from Mediterranean European people. It's like same thing in France. We love big tables, lot of people, sometimes a lot of wine, and it's not just for the food. It's really a social activity. Like eating with people is not just to get your calories in. It's really like a social activity, just like you would go to the movies or stuff like that. And so, um, um, a lunch or a dinner could last 2, 3, 4 hours easily, just because it's a social event. And paella is a great dish. That
Hmm. Yeah. So now we just gave everyone who's watching a mission to go find paella wherever they can. Most cities have at least one restaurant that does it.
yeah, this maybe this is an app idea. Like best paella in your neighborhood. Absolutely. No, I love it.
You
I
have to
love
get
it.
certified
So
to serve paella, right?
there you go. We ideating life. Absolutely. So the reason why I always ask this question when I start the show is because food is a universal language. Everyone can understand it. Um, and the other cool thing is there of you can draw a lot of parallels between how you make food, how you serve food, and the food experience with business. Um, mm, so what I like to do in this show is to discover your dish, your startup, your business, your project, and then have our guest walk us the ingredients and the recipe that they used to build it.
Hmm.
Cool. So I want to uncover this in this episode with you, Jack. But before we get into this part, sorry guys, I have to put a little bit of suspense in here. I want to start with your origin story.
Okay.
My audience don't know who you are, and so we want to get to know who Jack is and where and how you come from.
I guess we could start out with I was kind of always the rambunctious crazy kid in school. Most likely in and out of the office, so always getting in trouble. Um, Not because like I was bad, but because I had too much energy about things and I'd just do whatever I wanted per se. And so as I grew up, I realized I really like taking my own path on things, finding my own thing, and then bringing people along with me. Um, and so right around, I believe it was middle school, I think. And that's when I realized I really enjoy playing games. So I really love playing games and I wanted to bring other people with me. And so that was kind of like my thing. So I like bringing people with me with whatever I'm doing and whatever I care about. Um, so I started researching, I started posting YouTube videos, and they're probably the worst YouTube videos on the entire world. Um, but then I get into streaming, and right around high school time, and then COVID hit. So it was the perfect time to get into streaming, perfect time to get into playing, video games, and then kind of doing entrepreneurship through streaming. And I learned a lot about marketing, and I learned a lot about branding, sponsorship deals, and kind of like, giving high quality videos and stories to your audience in order to, capture attention. And then I realized I really enjoyed that. So I went to college for marketing and actually film, because I really like storytelling and I really like marketing. So I
Mm.
combined the two together. And then I went to college, and I kind of had to quit streaming because, well, it took up a lot of my time. Um, so during college, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I want to be making money while I'm in college. So I started a business, my first business, and it was called Current Trends Design. It was a marketing agency where I worked with, realtors. I worked with construction companies, and I worked with dietitians, pretty much just managing their social media and their advertisements. And then we flash forward today. I left college, continued with the business, and then I actually left it because I fell out of love with it. I couldn't figure out why. And then, we see the chatter.
I was about to say, is that a secret code?
Most likely. But we flash forward today, and I was trying to figure out, like, when I left the business, I'm trying to figure out, what do I like and what do I want to give people, because it's all about people and it's always about what I like too. And I realized I really hated one thing, and that was posting content to every platform, but I really liked posting content, right? So I got really into productivity and dissolving burnout. So I combined posting content here with dissolving burnout and increasing productivity. And so that's where I'm at today, with Socialync, which is the current business that I run.
I love it, but hold that thought.
I will.
I want to
I
get
will.
back to I want to get back to certain aspects of your origin story. Uh, you were a big streamer. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What does it mean for people who are not from this world?
Okay, so streaming. So it's hard because sometimes you watch, like, if you ever go to streamers, right? You can scroll down on a game category and you can find people who have been streaming for 3 years. They have one
Yeah,
viewer. And they're like, why do I only have one viewer? That's most of the time. When I first started
yeah.
streaming, the first thing I did was make social media accounts. That was the most important thing. And the way, like, I saw it is, you're not going to grow unless you branch out to other platforms, right? You,
Yeah.
you have this podcast right now, Riley, but it's not going to grow unless you post it to other platforms where people are going to see it. So when I got into streaming, it was really important. I got into social media and, like, learning how to storytell. That was one of the most important things. I played Rocket League. In case no one knows, there's a chat in here that said Rocket League, Rocket League.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, if I could give anyone a tip about, like, streaming, it would be, make sure you're posting on all platforms and learning how to capture attention. Attention is the most important part. It's the currency of the world right now.
100%. I love that. I love that. So I'm curious, how did you move from video games to streaming? Because I used to be a hardcore MMORPG player, and I
Hmm.
can I could probably do an entire show on this and how it helped me develop business skills that I'm using
Right.
right now. Like the simple fact that I'm talking with you today, completely relaxed, and I could even have 100 guests or 1,000 people in the chat, and I will be able to manage that is because I used to play video games and lead cohorts of 1,000 people live. It's crazy soft skills that you can develop in video games, and people who are not from this world or have not played video games at these kinds of levels have no idea that this is possible. So I'm
Hmm.
curious about your video game story and then how you transitioned, you added the streaming on top of that's crazy, but that's true. That's crazy, but true. I was red lead of cohorts for up to 1,000 people on certain servers and stuff like that. I was crazy. I
Uh,
was crazy. But that's not my story today. So I want to hear about yours.
so got into Rocket. Well, we can start with the origin story of Rocket League, I guess. Friends were playing it, right? And the way I work is like I don't stop playing something until I've achieved what I set out to get. My friends invite me to play this game, Rocket League. I don't even have it, so I download it on the spot. And they're so much better. They're like Diamond, and Diamond's not that good. I'm not gonna lie, it's very bad. Um, and I'm like, I want to be like these guys. Like this is amazing. I want to one day beat these guys. So I stopped talking to them, went completely ghost for about a year, and I just put my head down and I started playing Rocket League. Like no joke, 10 plus hours a day. Like I'd be up till 3 in the morning on a school night, and I have to wake up in 3 hours playing Rocket League. So I ended up getting really good. Got all the way up to top 100 in the world in ones, twos, and threes. So I'd say I was pretty good. And then I'm sitting there, and on my journey to getting good at the game, I realized if I'm putting this much hours, like this many hours into grinding a video game, why not stream it? Because okay, you can have a clipping software and clip your games, right? But if you have a live reaction of something crazy that happens and you clip that, people are going to watch you for that. And eventually they might even pay you. So there's no loss. There's absolutely no loss unless you like have a very bad tongue on you and you get banned on streaming, but odds are you probably don't. The odds are if you play video games and you're not streaming, you're not going to make money. But if you play video games and you do end up streaming, you are going to learn skills indirectly, and you are also possibly going to make money. So there's only a benefit to streaming, and that's kind of what I told myself. And I'm like, I also really want to try it. Like I want to honor my childhood dream of becoming a YouTuber. But yeah, that's kind of my take on streaming, and then Rocket League. I have a soft spot for Rocket League, but I also have a deep hatred for it at the same time.
No, I love this. I love this. I plus one everything you said. Um, video games. Video games are powerful to teach you certain skills. And the reason behind this is because video games, unlike most other forms of content, is that video games give you very, very short back loops. Um, the example I always use that if you do a math test, between the time you fill the test and the time you get the results, like from your teacher, which is usually a couple of days at best, 2-3 weeks on average, by the time you receive the result of your test and the explanation, you've already forgot why you wrote those answers, right? But a video game, you do an action, and in seconds, if not milliseconds, you get the feedback of this was the good thing to do or this wasn't the good thing to do. And so you just constantly going back and forth, and we do like continuous improvement and continuous like learning, so that it sort of exponentially better to learn. And if you're not playing video games, games in general are like that. Like if even sports are a form of gaming. And yes, I love when people say this is a good analogy. Guys, I feel so comfortable in this live show because I can use all my video game metaphors and people would get it.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. We get a couple of secret codes podcasting. Love it. So I was saying, yeah, games and video games give you very short, if not instant feedback loop. And it's essentially just like interacting with ChatGPT. You ask something, you get the result, and so you just build back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and that speeds up your learning curve. Yeah, Jack.
It's also a very slippery slope too, because it's not natural. So like in the world of business and startups, you have to be extremely careful, because if you continue to play video games, also it releases a lot of dopamine. And once you understand how dopamine works, you could conquer the world. You could be Alexander the Great. So very fast feedback loop, very good. And it's also very good for learning, but it's also very dangerous for people who have very high ambitions with what they're trying to do. It's one of the first things you probably should cut off in your life if you're trying to, run a business. I could be wrong. I don't know what you think about cutting out certain things that maybe you find joy in.
Yeah, I agree. If you know it, it's a bit of a yin yang situation. If you know how to balance things, then
Right.
it's fine. If you have if you cluster activities, then it's also good. But then yeah, if the video game is really controlling you and sort of pulling you towards, then it's very dangerous.
Hmm.
It's very dangerous. It's funny because I'm still trying video games sometimes, just out of curiosity, and uh, for me, it's not addictive anymore because I think I found the master game, which is business.
Hmm.
And that has like real life impact on every aspect of your life. And so every time I start a new game after just a couple of days, I know I'm just like, nah, let me just go
Right.
back to
Yeah.
GT business,
Hmm.
GTB.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super dangerous. It's super dangerous, especially now because with all that technology and the streaming I think can also like add a layer of addiction because now in addition to being addicted to the game, you now also become addicted to streaming and the connection you built with your viewers because you're essentially like creating a very small community of people you know, and it becomes kind of a tribal thing, and
Hmm.
then it's not just stopping the game, it's also like leaving the tribe. And our brain is definitely not wired to leave a tribe. It tells us, now you're gonna die, stay with your friends, stay with the
Yeah,
pack.
that's
So
such a good point. That's
streaming
so
adds
good.
another pack. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's such a good point because when I stopped streaming, it was one of the hardest things I did because I'm like, all these people gave me so much money, right? And I genuinely care so much about them. They're in the Discord calls with me like every night, just cracking it up, and it's just like, how do I leave these people that I spent so much time with? And it hurts, right? This guy right
Yeah.
here, you've been gone for a decade, man. I haven't streamed since 2022, which is my freshman year of when I was in college. So this guy
Hey,
took
people
all
are
my prime.
complaining. Come back, come back. Yeah, no,
Uh,
I fully agree. So okay, now I understand a bit clearer your situation coming from gaming, then adding streaming on top of that. What was, if there's one, what was the one event, one ingredient that really killed the switch and made you move to business?
Probably money. Um, and that's an interesting thing. And I'm going to be completely truthful. It was money, 100%, right? As shallow as that can sound, but I think that's
What do
very
you mean,
important.
making more money?
Right. I just wanted to make money. That's why I
Okay.
wanted to get into business. And it took me a while to understand that that isn't what business is about. And that's why I was
Mm.
burning out. And that's why I was struggling with productivity and struggling with like my time and getting things done because my intentions behind business that I got into were completely wrong. Although it was good that it got me into business, that was probably the only good part about my intentions of getting into business. Like, it was the fact that I got into business. Um, I think it brought me to a huge like growing pain or like an inflection point where I learned why you should be in business, and it's not about money. Absolutely not.
100%. I can only agree to that. Um, I had a consulting session with a founder, and I usually on the first on the first consultation I always do something called North Star metric approach, and it's essentially trying to identify where that person wants to go, and sometimes I'm getting this question, and I say, what is that ambitious goal that you want to achieve? And sometimes one of the answers that I get that are terrible answers when they say, "Oh, I want to make a business that gets me $1 million or $1 million per year or $10 million per year, 100 per year." And then I look at it, I'm like, that's a terrible way to start. So what I usually say after that is, okay, how fast do you want to make that money? And they would typically say a couple of months to a year. To what to what I answer, I say, well, there's a way to make it in less than a month. Do you want to know? And they say, what? That's possible? Yeah, I can guarantee you that. I say, okay, tell me. I said, well, just do illegal activities. You'll get shitload of money, or just rob a bank, like do a bank job or something like that. And then they pause it like, oh no, that's not what I want to do. I'm like, oh, so you're not ready to do anything to get to that amount of
Mhm.
money? No. I want to do legal stuff. Like, so there are requirements for you to get into these things. And then I'll say, okay, what if what if you stream 12 hours a day about a particular content? Oh, no. I don't want to be in front of a camera for 12 hours. Oh, okay, that's another requirement. Okay. So you also don't want to pull out 12 hours a day doing it. And then I sort of break down all the things that they don't want to do. And then I say, okay, see, so that's very different. It's very different to say, I want to make 1 million by the end of the year, and I want to make 1 million by the end of the year, but I don't want to do this. And then the scope reduces itself,
Mhm.
and then they start to realize, okay, yeah, I haven't thought about it that much.
Yeah, that's really important. And like people, there's a quote. It's people overestimate what they can do in a year, and then they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. That's a very important quote with what you just said. But also, I don't think people realize a lot of times like your first business is possibly the most important business that you do, and it's it does not matter if it succeeds. All that matters is that you spend a good amount of time doing it, because the amount of things you're going to learn, domain names, like DNS, right? All this stuff, setting up email, setting up websites, setting up everything, figuring out the laws, legalities, getting everything down is one of the most heinous activities you can first learn. It is, and thank goodness for ChatGPT, because people can now expedite it so quick. Um, but having that first business where you really like lock in and figure out everything you need to do, even if that business doesn't succeed, you just learned a very valuable skill, and now you can move twice as fast when you start your next business. And so that is very important with what you're talking about, like the scope. With the amount of things that you have to do, the scope continues to increase every single time. And so you really got to figure out. That's why having an advisor like yourself, or having a mentor, whatever, or just having a friend, is possibly one of the most important things you can do in business.
100%. I can only agree to that. One of my clients pivoted 3 times.
Awesome.
And yeah, and every time we were getting him to 6K a month, sorry. And then the third pivot, he went from 0 to what is euro? So that's 17 thousand US dollars. And every time I show people the numbers, they're like, how is that even possible? Like month 1 he was at 0, month 2 was at 4, then 6, then 8, then 14. It was in euros, so you probably have to convert that. And people always ask me, like, how is that even possible to go that fast? I was like, no, because we repeated the same process 3 times. And the third time, the muscle memory was there. And so it was easier just to pull it out again, as opposed to just doing it the first time. And
Mhm.
I think this is one of the of business, which is a perfect parallel with video games and cooking. The first time you do a dungeon, you suck because you have no idea where to move, where the traps are, how to use your skills. And then the 10th time of just being destroyed by the boss, you start to understand the meta, the mechanics, and all these
Mhm.
things. And so the first time it takes 3 hours to clear it, the 10th time it takes like 45 minutes to clear it.
Right.
That's the same thing with business, or same thing with cooking. The first time everything's gonna burn. The second time is be eatable but not great. And then the 10th time you can practically improvise it partially watching Netflix or talking to your friends. Yep.
Right. Yeah, listening to classical music is probably the best thing you can do while working on anything. It makes you 10 times more productive. But that's a good analogy with the video games with the business, because like I said earlier, when my friends first invited me into playing that first game of Rocket League, I sucked, and then got better and better, and it got faster and faster, and I could literally just Riley is very good at analogies. But yeah, that's a very good analogy. I like that. It's very important.
I told you I spent countless hours playing video games. I know my
You're never
shit.
getting those hours back, just to let you know.
I am right now talking about it.
There you go. Return on investment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, video games, streaming, and switching to business. Can you tell us more about your first business and what you learned from it?
Oh, I got that. So name was Current Trends Design. It was a marketing agency for realtors, nutritionists, so like dietitians, and then construction companies. First thing I learned is sales is very important. Like, I personally do not like sales, but being able to have a relationship with someone, being able to voice value to someone and let them know that, first of all, you're trustworthy, you can provide them value, and then that's when I learned that's what business is about right there, is being trustworthy, making connections, and providing value. So the current trends, I would cold call, I would do cold emails, I do cold text messages, I do all of it, paid ads, organic social media, like everything, just to get clients, right? And it was burning me out, 14, 16-hour days. And the one thing I learned is, if all you're trying to do is make it for money, like, people can hear it in your voice. If you're calling people, they can hear it in your voice that all you're trying to do is make money. And so once you reframe it to like, okay, I know I can provide this person value, I genuinely care about this person, and I want to work with them, they can sense that, and your words mean a lot. So they'll go from like, hey, do you have a minute to talk, to, like, hey, listen, I've been following you for a while here, I really want to be a part of what you're doing. Like, that wins 100 times over than, hey, do you have 15 minutes to talk? Like, no. But that one lesson right there is providing value, and then also being trustworthy is business. That's business right there. If you can solve someone's issues, solve someone's problems, and then also be their friend or be a partner with them, you win 100% of the time.
I love this. I love this. 100%. Yeah, it's all about value. The thing is, when we create our businesses, well, we are very subjective and self-centered. We call them our businesses, right? But the thing is, the point of the game, wink wink, is to solve other people's problem. And in order for us to be able to do that, we just need to extract ourselves, just like Doctor Strange. Like, you just get outside of your own body, and then ideally even like get in customers' body, so you can understand them, understand how they think, how they feel, understand how they're suffering, and try to solve that thing. The minute you sort of synchronize yourself with this, you've immediately step up. Like, you gain the legendary gear, and you can really get to the next level.
Yeah, you just ranked up to the highest level, and that's where the current business, Socialync, came from, is providing value, solving someone's problem, and then also doing what you love. Because like I said earlier, with current trends, I didn't know why I was doing it until I realized, like, providing value, right? And I like providing value with people, right? As we talked about earlier in the episode, or earlier in the podcast, sorry. I really enjoyed having people join me on whatever I was doing, whether it was streaming or being rambunctious in school. Um, Bringing people and solving people's problems into like business is probably the thing that is guiding me into building what I'm building now. And it's
Mm.
combining my love for social media and then solving people's problems. And it's kind of nice to have both because I care about both. And I know it's going to provide me dividends for a very long time.
Absolutely, fully love that. And so you teased us the end of this chapter, but first business didn't work out, and you got burned out. Can you say a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So started it really late of my freshman year of college. So right around like May 2023. And then worked on it till I want to say right around December of 2024. So till 2025, about 2 years. And I was doing probably 12, 14-hour days every single day, like weekends also. So no time. And also every time I cut off all my friends, I cut off everyone because I was just so focused on this. And it was so unhealthy and I didn't realize it. I didn't even realize I had that much energy in the first place to be able to do that, which is kind of amazing. But yeah, after those 14 hours and realizing I don't have any of my personal friends that I can rely on because I'm so focused on myself, I took a step back, like you said, with Doctor Strange, looking at myself and I'm like, do you even care about this anymore? Or did you put so much hours into it? Right? There's a fallacy or something, sunk cost fallacy. It's like you've spent so much time doing something that for you to stop doing it, it would feel like the biggest waste because you spent so much time doing it. And that's when I realized, holy crap, the entire time I've been subconsciously doing that. Like I've been sitting there saying, oh, I spent so much time doing this thing that I don't want to give it up. When I realized I should probably be giving it up because my intentions aren't there. I don't care necessarily about what's going on. And it's just the amount of time I spent. And so right there was the biggest moment of freedom, but also the scariest moment where everyone knows I'm doing this business and I go, I think I'm done. And I just left. And there's no explanation needed that I needed to give anyone. I said, if my intentions aren't there, if my energy isn't there, and it's not something I care about, why am I doing it? And so I left it. And so I left it December, and then I think it took me from January all the way to May of just idea creation, like testing different things out, learning how to code, doing all these things. But that was probably the biggest point there where I'm like, holy crap, like I don't have any income right now. I'm kind of relying on what I made from the business. So I'm like, I got to really get the thinking here. And ideas were just flowing out like an entrepreneur. And that's kind of the story of how current trends transitioned into where I'm at now. And that period before, like right in between current trends and Socialync, very interesting period of life. I enjoyed it.
Mm. No, it's super inspiring. You said a lot of interesting things, and I want to read it. But before that, everyone who's joining now, because we're still getting viewers live every minute. Welcome to y'all. Welcome to the Startup Kitchen show. I'm live with Jack today. We are discovering his journey from gaming to streaming to startup to burnout to startup to live talking live with us today. Say hello in the comments if you have any questions. Type that in the comments as well. I'm your host, Riley, startup advisor and investor, and that's the Startup Kitchen show. Uh, Back with you, Jack. I want to get back to that day where that sunk cost fallacy was sort of broken. Like that idea, okay, no, let's just stop. Let's just and take our losses, basically. Do you remember that last day, the last week where that something clicked and you were able to move on? Because I, I see founders really being trapped in
Mm-hmm.
that cycle and not able to break free from that.
Yeah, I think it started. So every single day at whenever I'd wake up, so I'd wake up pretty early. Every single day I would get into a call with, not necessarily my business partner, but someone who's doing borderline the same business as me. So we'd keep each other accountable. We'd talk, we'd figure out our sales script, figure out, our pitching. I'm sitting there and I see that he's more interested in it than I. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, why? Like, almost I felt resentful in the sense of like, why does he enjoy it so much more than I do? Like the way he talks about it, the way he enjoys it. That was when I first started my business, right? But he's been doing it for 7 years or seven months. Sorry, not 7 years. And I'm like, do I not enjoy this? And I sit back and I left the call and I'm sitting there. I'm just like thinking for a solid like hour. I'm just like, I've really stopped enjoying this for the past like 5 months. It's become just my entire life. And that's the first thing I talked about in this podcast today really was I like being rambunctious and free. And I realize I'm chained down and I'm like, I can't continue doing this because I'm just going to continue being chained down. And any idea that I have in the future, any path that I'm supposed to go down is currently being just dissolved because I'm not going down it. And so I think for anyone that's really struggling with, realizing they spend a lot of time in something and everyone knows them for spending a lot of time in that. And they're like, I want to leave, but also I have this huge reputation to adhere to. Your story is going to get a lot better if you leave it, first of all. But also don't leave it if you genuinely like care about it. Don't have shiny object syndrome. Leave it if it's not in line with your values. And that's kind of where that sunk cost fallacy came in. I realized, hey, spending a lot of time, not in line with my values, not what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. Therefore, I'm going to leave. And that's what I did. Has to hit the criteria.
I love this. This is a perfect clip there to share with a couple of folks. Yeah. No, and a lot of people are stuck in this situation. It's killing so many founders. And then you took a little bit of time, get some rest, sort of digested your experience, and then what was the kickstart of the second arc, the second adventure?
As in Socialync?
Yeah.
I think, well, it definitely was the providing value. I'll say I'm a parrot. I'll say it over again. I'm a broken record. Definitely providing value and then finding the thing I love. So I tell anyone who's trying to figure out what they want to do, and I'm like, are you doing it for money or are you doing it because you love it? And the first thing I say is like, if you have a sport that you really love, like a lot of people love soccer, football. If you really love football and you want to like be a part of your life and it could be a part of your life for your entire life, find the problem that you encounter in football and soccer and solve that problem for other people, because that's how business works. And so while I'm going from current trends and I'm trying to figure out what I want to be doing, I'm sitting there, and the first app I built was a music game app. And I knew that was just for money because it was kind of a creative expression. That was cool. Okay. I left that because I was like, first of all, didn't really care for it. Third of all, the legalities with music companies is horrible. So I move on to my next app, and that was building a productivity app. And this app failed, but I learned a very valuable lesson that having something to keep you like accountable and make sure you get your work done and scope creep doesn't like ruin your entire flow is what I care about. And so I realized, oh, I really like productivity. I really like eliminating burnout. And so once I realized like I can't continue with this because first of all, so many people built productivity apps. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to compete in here. Then I look at it, I'm like, well, what other thing do I love? Like, what other thing do I really love? Since 2012, I've been posting content on YouTube. I'm like, I just love telling people about things I care about and getting people behind the things I care about. And I also really like productivity. So after about 3 or 4 months, I'm like, I'm going to take both of those things and just push them together, kind of like making a dish. And that's where I'm at today, where I combined I combine productivity with social media. So I allow creators, clippers, businesses, whatever, to post their content to every platform in one place. And that's where we're at now.
That's perfect. I want to give you an opportunity to just repeat what you said. It's like we in parrot mode. What is your 1 minute elevator pitch?
Well, what am I pitching and who am I pitching it to?
So you're pitching it to potential customers.
Okay. I'm pitching Socialync.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would start out with asking how much time are they spending posting a week, right? If you genuinely care about your business, if you genuinely care about your personal brand, wouldn't you want to spend most of your time doing the things that are going to generate you the most amount of views, followers, and revenue? And the thing that doesn't contribute to that is wasting your time on something that can be automated. And as a creator myself, posting to every single platform, adding a description for each one, the hashtags for each one, making sure the SEO works for each one, is possibly one of the most boring, meaningless tasks I've ever seen in my entire life. And
Yeah.
I want to automate that, and I want to make it quick, because if you post good content, it does not matter. It does not matter what platform you post it to. If you post good content, it will do good on every platform. And so that's why you should use Socialync. Now that's why I built it.
Boom. I love it. I love it. So there you have it. Socialync. I want to get back to the recipe that led you to Socialync. You started with a problem as opposed to an idea, which is a flag. Too many founders just wake up in the morning and have this idea and just start building it. You started with a problem. What was your thought process or research process to identify the problem, but also the the hard factor of it, how impactful it was, how hard it is? Why does that constitute a good problem to solve?
Right. So the way I saw it was, what was the thing that I missed out on? So missed out opportunity, opportunity cost. That's what I was looking for. What was the opportunity cost of not posting on every single platform when I was streaming and making content? And then what was the thing that led to burnout the most? That's the second thing. And what was the thing that generated me the most revenue? And that was posting. So we have these three criteria that I figured out. And we'll start with the thing that led to burnout. And burnout is the easiest thing to understand. It's friction. Whatever your brain realizes how many steps you have to do in the future to achieve something, your brain will literally make up excuses not to do it, because like that is a lot of energy that you're just thinking about having to do. And so you don't want to do it. Your brain will just literally tell you, hey, you can go play video games for like 30 minutes. You don't got to worry about that. So what I did was I eliminated that step of going to each platform. That's like 6 steps right there that you have to do. And just thinking about having to do it, so annoying. Okay. Then we go to the first criteria, which was the thing that generated me the most revenue, right, was posting content, right? And I think that was actually the third criteria. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the thing that generated me the most revenue was posting content. And to get your content out there, you got to get to every single platform. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, what's going to get my content out there to everyone as fast as possible? And that's posting to every single platform and not wasting my time and not risking burnout. And now we can finally go back to the first criteria, and that was opportunity cost. The thing I struggled with the most, because I was avoiding burnout, was I was only posting to YouTube and TikTok. I generated 37,000 followers on TikTok and had 7,000 followers on YouTube. and I was making money from, I had partnerships with like different brands like HelloFresh, Raid Shadow Legends, also creator money, and then it would also bring me to my stream. But what I realized is the opportunity cost of not posting on the other platforms meant I could have garnered maybe 100,000 more extra followers if I would have posted everything.
Mm.
But because I was so tired of just posting to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, whatever, I was like, I missed out on one of the biggest opportunities to, showcase the thing that I love. And so I'm like, I want to give that to other people. I don't want people to miss out on what I missed out on. And so that's why I built Socialync, and that's how I knew it was a valid thing, because if I knew I struggle with it, I knew other people are going to struggle with it. And then it comes down to price now. Like, are people willing to pay for it? And that's an easy one, because there's other competitors in the field with $1.9 million monthly revenue. And so I know people are willing to pay for it. So that's how we got to Socialync. Yeah.
I love this. I love this. And what is interesting about your way of positioning it is you have a contrarian belief, which is, if you listen to the big names in the business industry and some of the gurus, some of them will say, start with just one platform. Don't try to go on multiple platforms, because you need to master one platform and you can easily make a good business out of one platform. And honestly, I believe that too. You can easily with one platform go all the way up to 10K a month. But you kind of contradict that belief by saying, why would you limit yourself to one platform if you can just access all of them with the effort of publishing on just one?
Exactly. Yeah, that's literally like the most perfect thing I've ever heard anyone describe about the business. And yeah, it's what I like. Okay, let's say you specialize for TikTok videos. Okay. If you specialize for TikTok videos and then you post that video that does super good on TikTok, if it is genuinely a good video, because it has to hit criteria. So you have to have a good hook, you have to have a good story and a payoff and a conflict resolution, right? Regardless what platform you post on, the algorithm, you replace it with audience. That's what Mr. Beast tells us. If you have an algorithm, you just replace it in your brain with the audience. Oh, the algorithm didn't like this video. No, the audience didn't like it. And so if the audience likes it on TikTok, it's going to work on Instagram. And that's the biggest lie you could ever hear someone say, oh, TikTok videos don't work on Instagram. No, maybe if it has like a TikTok logo on it, so people know you literally just downloaded the video from TikTok and sent it to Instagram, that of course that's not going to work. But if it's genuinely a good video, it's going to work almost 100% of the time. But one thing I did want to add to that is I did post the same video. So a long time ago, I did post the same video to Instagram, to TikTok, to YouTube, right? And the one thing that did happen, the video did good across all platforms. The one thing that did happen though is TikTok chat was on my side. It's me beating a trash talker in Rocket League. Okay. Then my YouTube chat's calling me a bad person, right? And then my Instagram chat is just like, dude, you guys both suck. So it's like, okay, the community is very much different, but regardless, people still watched the full video and liked it.
Oh, 100%. And I want to add on top of that, let's say you design a piece of content for YouTube and then you recycle it to other platforms and you only get 25% of YouTube's result. It's still 25% extra for each other platform. So even if it doesn't perform as good as on the platform you've originally created for, it's bonus. It's extra reach, it's extra visibility, it's extra everything for the cost of an extra click. I agree with that. I agree with that. I did a video a couple of days ago. That was last week on YouTube about the 3 pillars of scale. Like, if you want to scale any business, you need to apply one or multiple of those 3 pillars, and they essentially standardization, automation, and make your customer work for you. And so Socialync is essentially the second pillar full speed, which is automation. So instead
Mhm.
of just going for one thing, you just go for all the other things, and you multiply your chances of making it work. So for me, it's super clear. I love this. Can you tell us a little bit about the state of the art of this business? So where is it in terms of features, in terms of use, in terms of any results that you can share with us?
So users are actually coming in pretty steady. I'm doing organic outreach, and I'm also reaching out to partners, so like ambassadors. So we have some streamers. Um, I'm actually going to niche down. That's what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm too broad. I'm going to
Okay.
start really targeting streamers and clippers because, okay, what you just said with like the 25%. Let's say you post expecting Instagram to do well and you're talking, let's say you're a drop shipper, okay? You know what drop shipping is, yeah? E-commerce. Okay, good. If I was a drop shipper, I would want to post organic content to every single platform and see which one does the best and which one has the best like retention and like click through rate, all the analytics. Okay. If I find out that Instagram is better than Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, I'm going to make ads on Instagram about my dropshipping product. Okay. And so with the state of the art, right, we are going to target clippers, we're going to target businesses, and we're going to target streamers. That's like the most important part. I really want to help streamers really badly. What's up? Sorry.
Sorry, what are clippers?
Clippers. Okay. So streamer. Okay. Another thing with streamers. So you
Stream
have,
clippers? I don't.
right. You have Kai Cenat. You have, what's another big streamer? Togi, I guess you could say, whoever it is, whatever big
Yeah.
streamer that's going on
Yeah.
right now. Mr. Beast even. So they have these things where they pay people to post clips of their content to multiple
Mm,
platforms using your account or using a new account.
okay.
Socialync is probably the best app you could use because you get paid, let's say you get paid $2 every 1,000 views for the video you posted. You could literally post that video to 6 different platforms using Socialync. And then also with the feature question you asked, I added a feature where you can have multiple Socialync profiles. So you can switch between, let's say, profile 1, profile 2, profile 3. Profile 1 has your business social medias. Profile 2 has your personal brand details, and then profile 3, whatever. So for clippers in this case, they could literally have like 5 different profiles per se, and they could
Mm,
use that and just spam post that post. Well, not that it's just spam because like that breaks their guidelines, right? But in terms of clipping, they could garner thousands upon thousands of views, and it's a very good business model for one, the streamer, and two, the clipper and me because I would make money from it. Um, in terms of features, we have, like I just mentioned, the profile feature, which is good for clippers and people who manage multiple different brands and accounts and businesses. Um, and the feature that I'm most excited about, so I actually got roasted by ChatGPT about this. I asked ChatGPT, hey, be an investor and be super critical and hate my product and tell me what's wrong with it. One thing I was really proud about was my interface, and I wanted it to be as simple as possible. You go onto my competitors, Hootsuite, Buffer. Hopefully, I don't get sued for defamation. Um, you look at their interface, you look at their dashboard, and it's hard to navigate. It's genuinely like there's so much stuff going on, you don't know what's happening. With Socialync, I literally made one dashboard. I want people to get on there, upload their video, and get off. I don't want people on my app. Like you hear people talk about, oh, you want people on your app for like a good amount of time. No, get off my app, get the thing that you want to do done, and get out because that is how you're going to continue to post your content to every single
mm,
platform and continue to grow is if you use my app for what it's intended and then get off of it. Um, so the dashboard thing that ChatGPT roasted me on is like, come on, like everyone has that, but realistically, they don't have the dashboard like I do, and I'm very proud of it. Then the next feature is I just actually am starting to work on the AI feature. So AI is very important, right? You probably are going to talk to so many people, Riley, in the future and already before about AI. You're going to have so many talks. You're going to hear the same thing over again. But with AI, with Socialync, I'm implementing is I'm trying to make an image analysis. So it understands what the image is if you post just a static post, and it will write your descriptions in your own handwriting. Well, not like handwriting, but your own style. And then also a transcript analyzer. So if you put up a video, it will analyze the way you talk and the things that you are talking about in your video. And it will make you captions, titles, descriptions, hashtags that are perfectly aligned with the search engine of the different social medias. So you don't even have to type in your description, which was another huge pain point for me. Like imagine having to type in your description 6 times to different platforms, but
Yeah,
now you can
it's
click a
messing up
button.
the formatting between one and the other,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's a
Right.
pain
And
in
the
the
thing
ass.
that I really wanted to make sure that I did here, because I hate seeing M slashes, M slashes in a text. I'm like, someone wrote this with AI. Like, I'm not going to care about this. So the one thing I'm making sure is that it copies the style of the way the person talks in the transcript. I want it to sound like them. I don't want it to be traced. I want it to be quick and also something that they can trust. And so that's my last feature that I really have been working hard on with Socialync.
I love it. Uh, did you mention how many current active users you have?
We have, I think, 212. If I were to look at
Okay.
the analytics.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I'll trust you on that. What I'm curious to know is when was the version alpha released, and how long did it took you to go from essentially 0 to 200 users?
Well, technically, we're still on version alpha. But so we're as close to being done with the app as like possible before like we start paid advertising, and like
Mm-hmm.
we're getting a ton of feedback. Like I'm so grateful. So I got into this state where I was really like depressed recently because I'm thinking like, oh, my app's like not done. And then I realized I'm literally in the testing phase of the live launch. Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking I've been so hard on myself about something that is literally in the development stage, like the last development stage. And we've been
Yeah.
figuring it out, getting Facebook working, getting LinkedIn working, getting all those things working, getting it just so nice before we start our paid approach and like really starting to do that.
Yeah.
So technically we're in our Gen Alpha or whatever, alpha
Yeah.
phase or whatever you said. Not good with
Yeah.
that. And then we're really getting ready to launch. So pretty much the only thing we're waiting for is the TikTok thing. Like we were talking about before, no one was here. We were talking about APIs. You have to deal with developers. So like you have to deal with other people's APIs, and sometimes you have to submit reviews. And TikTok has been giving me the freaking middle finger for about 3 months. They say, oh, you need to fix this. I fix it, and then they say I need to fix something else. So once that is done, the app is completely ready to be used and ready to be just utilized to its full extent. And I'm super excited to bring that to people.
I love that. I love that. And yeah, APIs can be updated every day by developers. So if you don't monitor this all the time, it can easily break and then you lose everything. So so when was the first user onboarding to the app, and how long did it take you to go to 200?
Oh, okay. So first user, I would want to say, do I know? First user happened October 11th, and I launched it, did like the soft launch October 10th. So one day after, I think I just launched it and I didn't really tell people. And then October 11th, I told people, and then instantly I got like 30 users, which is really cool. Now it's November, what is it, 27th, Thanksgiving, happy
Yeah,
birthday. Um,
that's
uh,
45 days. 45 days. Yeah, but yeah, less than 2 months. So
right.
0 to 200 users in less than 2 months. That's super impressive.
And
I
yeah, I'm just going to continue to grow because, like, one, I haven't even started paid ads. Two, I'm still working. I'm still the developer, the CTO, the CEO, the CMO, the CFO. So I have a lot on my plate. But regardless, I'm posting content to figure out what is doing good, and then I'm going to turn that into ads. But as of right now, 212 users, wonderful. I'm so happy. Only reason why I'm not ecstatic about it is because the app is not finished, and I know users want to be able to use the full app, and it's 98% done, and it's like I'm getting stabbed, man. It's hard,
Well,
but I'm
I'll
super excited.
we'll talk about that offline. I'll give you a couple of stuff that you can put in place. But you don't have to go to the 100% to make it work. There are a couple of tricks that I'll share secretly with you to make it
Wonderful. I
work.
need those.
But man, this is super impressive. 0 to 200 in less than 2 months. I had a guy in a consulting session, and mind you, he comes from an Ivy League university. I don't remember if it was in Harvard or Stanford or one of those Ivy Leagues. 11 months of building something around social media services. 11 months, 0 users, 0 customers. And he was spending all his nights and weekends because he was having like a 9 to 5 main job to pay for all of that stuff. And I warned him that this was not the way to do it. And I remember this crazy thing. I said, okay, why are you not just hitting publish on this? And he gave me the answer I never heard before. And mind you, I'm a software engineer. I know the tech. I love the tech. So I understand these guys. He said, yeah, I need to implement security on the website just to prevent from any pen testing. And I paused. And for people who don't understand that, essentially he wanted to bulletproof his website so that nobody can hack into the website and extract data and extract all of that stuff. And I said, how many people are visiting your website right now? The answer was 0. So why do you want to even over secure something that nobody is using and you don't even know if people will be interested in it or not? And it was like, no, but it's just a 2 weeks job, blah, 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 whatever. And I said, okay, so in 2 weeks you launch, you publish. Okay, cool. So then you can start doing the stuff. Yeah, cool. Fast forward 12 months, I check his website. The copyright is 1 year old. That thing never saw the light of day. So he burnt 11 months building something nobody wanted just to try to get to the perfect pixel stuff. And this is where I say, you guys, some of you guys are not into the business world. You're in the art mode. You're making a painting, which is fine. That's great. Like some of the best video games out there are work of arts, but that's not business.
Right.
If you're business, that's not, forget the last 2%. Get the first $2, not the last 2%. So the fact that you already have 200 people playing, probably insulting you because you're missing like one platform where they can publish it, which is great, then that's a good track. Now, I want to know, because we need that recipe. But before, is it okay if we extend by a couple of minutes?
Wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah, because the is not stopping going up. So I want to give people those extra
This has been
stuff.
a wonderful podcast, Riley. You do wonderful. You're awesome. I'm glad I'm here.
My pleasure. I love it. Everyone who's watching this right now, say hello in the chat, send a little message. Let us know if you like this kind of format. Let us know if you like the fact that it's on Twitch. This is my first Twitch, so I really appreciate that. So I want to get back to this because I think this is gold. This is the gold of the golden rice in the paella. What did you do to get those first 200 users in less than 60 days?
Wonderful. Blog. So the entire time while I'm building my app, made a blog. First thing I did, SEO, best thing you can do. If someone looks up your app name and you're not first, it's a very bad sign. So the entire time while I'm building on the back end, making sure I'm writing a blog. Then I take that blog, took every single blog, and I put it into social media posts. So and go to the social media posts. Now what's happening is those social media posts, even if they don't even get traction, they're helping the SEO raise my app to the top. Okay, that's the first thing I did. Then I went to Product Hunt. I went to all those apps, Pure Push, and made sure, like Capvera, made sure my app was known to like the startup world. Because also, first of all, I can give free, I have like 97% profit margin on the app. So I can give free accounts to people, and especially people who are making startups, they need marketing. So I was like, listen, you guys can use my app to market your startup if you want and use this code. I don't care. Just tell me how it is. So went to that, and then started telling people, started going to Twitch streamers, Twitch chats, finding people online. So going on Instagram. And this is one of the most important things, is understanding content. So like go into your niche, figure out what people are doing, what videos are popping off, and then copy those videos. I am still yet to like really lock in on the content while I finish this last one, which is what Riley just said, a huge blunder on my part, because right, you don't need to be 100% done. You can get it going now and get those users. But talking to those people in your niche who are posting, let's say I talk to someone who posts soccer content and they're starting their personal brand coaching agency. Talk to them. Hey, you want to use my app? It's free. Use it. Tell me how you like it. Talk to someone who did, landscaping. Say, hey, listen, free account. You can use it. Totally free. Talk to someone. Yes.
How did you reach out to those guys? Was it
just DMs?
the internet or
DMs? Yeah. Instagram
DMs?
DM, TikTok
DMs?
DMs, calling them, asking for their phone number. Talk to a production company. We might end up partnering with a production company, which is really interesting. So I actually have a friend who runs like a social media production company for like brands and everything. And they said they'd be interested in like partnering. Like, I don't know what that entails, but if I can help them get their posts out, and because they said the most important feature they think that my app has is the fact that they can switch between the different brands that they manage. Like, that's going to help them the most. So they're like, we would love to like work with you. And I'm like, that would be amazing if I could work with you with that. So just reaching out to people who are your target audience, like humble yourself, get on their level, figure out what they're doing, figure out where they're at, and give it to them for free. Like, it does not matter at the start. It literally cost me nothing to give them free accounts. But if they tell one person about this app that they're using, then that person tells another. Like, you dream that happens. But regardless, if you get one user from their referral, that's 100% profit margin right there, or like 97, I should say. So SEO, social media, reach out to your ideal customers. And while you're doing that, you should be noting down your analytics, figure out what's going on, what's working, what's not working. And then when you find out what's working, use that for your ads in the future right there, because I'm in the testing phase right now and it's going good. So I'm getting so much data, but I'm also scared because I'm alone while I'm doing this, and it's a lot to handle.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the feeling of solo tech founders having to manage everything. But if that can inspire you a little bit, I have one of my friends build a $1.5 million yearly $1 million revenue solo tech guy. He doesn't sleep 8 hours. I've got to concede you that, but all the way up to 1.5 million US dollars per year of revenue solo. That, yeah, I call him Iron Man because
One day I'll
that's
pass
who he
him.
is.
One day I'll pass him.
Yeah. And the point is what you mentioned earlier in this conversation is not to burn out, because that's the ultimate fail test. Like, if you cannot sustain the right pace, then you lose. And the business is an infinite game. So the longer you're in, the more chances you have to win. So of winning, sorry. So yeah, absolutely. No, man, this is super inspiring. 0 to 260 days. People are poking you because they want more features, which is another green signal. I love that. uh, doing things that don't scale. I love that as well. Like going with the DMs, reaching out to people, calling them. Too many founders, especially in tech, want that one button broadcast to everything, to everyone, to anything. Just like, okay, let me just press one thing and then everything happens. But to get your first users, you have to do things that don't scale. You have to go with maximum care, maximum effort, maximum love, and that's what you mentioned with your previous business. If you don't, if it doesn't make your heart beat, you won't have the energy to do these things that requires a lot of manual effort and manual energy. So it's essential. And then the second thing that you said, I feel like you're starting to replace me. I'm just gonna have to retire from my consulting. You cannot improve what you don't measure. And so put up KPIs, OKRs, whatever, but measuring actions, measuring the results of your actions, eventually like iterating on top of that to make sure like you're progressing constantly, because that's also another big trap. Like you mentioned, some of your competitors are making millions of dollars. So if you were comparing yourself to them, you would just look like an idiot. You're like, man, I'm doing nothing. But if you have clear measurements of what you're doing, and then you're doing retrospectives week over week, then you essentially competing against yourself, which is another great analogy. Where is this guy? Boom. Yes, I'm about to pull another one. It's essentially that Mario Kart. I don't know if you have that in Rocket League. No, because it's a different game. It's essentially like in Mario Kart, you do the first race, and then they take your time, and then they create a ghost of yourself that essentially exactly produces your race, and then you race against the ghost version of yourself.
Right.
And business with the right measurement is exactly that. The first week or the first month, you set up the ground level, and then once you have the results on the ground level, you're like, okay, in 1 month I was able to get 15 users. Okay, cool. Month number 2, I need to beat myself. I need to get more than 15 users on the second month. And then you iterate, and you iterate. And the cool thing about this is that it's healthy competition because you're competing against yourself. And so you have the real numbers. Because I look at X, YouTube, and stuff like that. There's liars pretending they're getting thousands of users every week when they're not.
Right. And
It's
that's
insane.
the hardest thing for early founders. Like I struggled with it a lot, with looking at people who are like succeeding, right? And I'm like, are these people like genuinely succeeding, right? And then there's people that are actually succeeding, and it messes with you. Like social media will mess with you. And I think the best thing it's hypocritical of me to say, because I started a company that helps you post to social media. Get off social media. Don't be on social media if you're starting something. Like post to it, but don't scroll and watch other people. Like X is a good one because you can really get some like unapologetic information. LinkedIn's good and Reddit's good. Those are some of your best sources to like get feedback, learn about your niche, learn about how to post, what you should be doing. Don't use Instagram Reels because it's people selling you a dream outcome, and it's just not true.
Absolutely. Which is also why a very powerful thing that you can do is try to build a small tribe of 3 to 7 people who are building as well. And it doesn't have to be in your same industry, but 3 people you build strong connections with. A little bit like what you mentioned before, Mr. Beast, when he started YouTube, he had this WhatsApp group of like X number of people, and every day they would share numbers, or every week, I don't remember the frequency. And so this is where you're getting like clear input, because having insights about people that are pretty much progressing at your pace sort of helps you sort of ground yourself a little bit. You say like, if your friends like, hey, this week I only got 2 new users. Oh, I got 0. You're like, okay, so that's normal. That's the normal scenario. I'm not going crazy just looking at those social media posts of people getting thousands of sales per day that sometimes don't even exist. So it's also super important to ground yourself and have people you can talk to and have like a good spoon of reality.
Yeah, that's super important. Having people that hold you accountable is one of the most important things, for sure. It's very hard too. I probably have nerves of steel or something because I somehow did it all by myself for a good amount of time. I actually just found someone quite literally 3 days ago who is like really wanting to get into it. And sure, he's starting out, right? But I can see his ambition and his care for the stuff he wants to do. So I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, dude, we're going to get into these calls. We're going to study. We're going to figure this out. We're going to really grow here. And I think that's super, super important to have someone hold you accountable, and then also to like base not necessarily your success off of, but also see like, hey, like this is happening for another person. It's not this guy who posted something and it went to 1 million users in a month, because that's not true. Buy my course. Like, come on, man. Come on.
100%, 100%. Jack, I want to give you another opportunity to pitch your startup again, because we got a whole lot we got way many more viewers, and I want to make sure we get them up to speed with what just happened. So what is it that you're building? Yeah, what is it that you're building?
I'm building pretty much a social media posting automation app. And the basis of it is, too many times content creators burn out with every step. You have editing, you have filming, you have, the B-roll you have to make, the colors grading, the sound design, and then you have to post it. So burnout starts at the moment your brain realizes how many steps you have to take in order to achieve the goal. And the goal here is to post your content to the platforms and see your results: revenue, views, followers, comments. And so I'm building an app that allows users and people, creators, clippers, businesses, to post from one place, one very simple dashboard, to every single social media platform that you could want to post to. And this will help a lot of people figure out, one, maybe you're a clipper and every single 1,000 views you get paid $2, and you post to 6 platforms and you just blew up on all platforms. Congratulations. You now have $20,000 in the bank after just one post. Okay. Maybe you're a branding agency, maybe you're a marketing agency, and you manage 8 clients. You can manage all of them on one place, and you don't have to waste your time going to each different client's profile to post. So making sure that you avoid burnout while also making sure that you increase the amount of output that you're doing is the most important thing you could do. And that's why I built Socialync, to allow you to post from one place to every platform.
I love this. It's In-N-Out burgers for clips.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Get your thing in, get your thing out, and then just focus on actually working on your business. Yeah.
Exactly.
Love this.
Save you time.
Absolutely. Time is money, and your health is also a form of money that you don't want to melt. Agreed. I love this. I love this. So last arc of this conversation, and people who are watching us live right now, if you have any questions or comments, this is your last chance to get your message on the show. What is it that you desire with this startup, with this business? Sorry, and what are your blockers?
It's funny. I don't actually desire anything. I guess like the payoff would be making money, but I built this app for me. Realistically, I built it so that, let's say I start a different business in the future. I want to start my personal brand. I'm going to be posting. I have like 50 videos just waiting to be posted, which is awesome. Excuse me. I built this app mainly for me, and I knew that if I was going to use it, other people were going to use it. And I guess I know that if I'm going to use this app, regardless of whatever setting I'm in, that's my only desire, is that I know I'm going to use it unapologetically with any situation I'm in. That's my desire. Blockers. In terms of blockers, you mean like for my future growth?
Yeah, growth of this project specifically.
Okay. Yeah, biggest blocker definitely has to be the fact that I'm doing everything by myself.
Mm,
That's the hardest. Also, I'm bootstrapping it, right? So
mm.
that's a very hard thing to do. So all your money's coming out from you, and then also your CTO, CFO, CMO, CEO. So it's very, very painful. But I'm very glad to be doing it because I care about it, and I know that if I care about it, um, people don't have to care about it. Like if I know I'm going to use it, that's all that matters. I could make $0 from it genuinely, and I know I would still use it, and that is probably the most liberating thing in the entire world.
Yeah, I fully agree to that. I want to suggest you a desire, if you allow me. I rarely do this, but I think this could be cool for you.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. One North Star metric that you can have for this business is every time you receive a message from one of your user customer that says, "Hey Jack, I've been using your tool for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, months, and you it saved me from burning out."
That's my desire, making sure other people are happy.
Making sure people are not burning out
All
and
right.
saving people from burnout. Every time you receive one of those messages, man, I was able to burn out thanks to your tool. I'm back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, that's a gold medal for you. Boom, that's a gold
Right.
medal for you. And you can just line those message above your desktop, like or on any other walls, because these, I believe, would be the best trophies you can get for this kind of
Right.
business.
Yeah, that's really good because I mean, like I just said, I framed it as all about me, which is my business, my business. But that's a very good point because I'm myself am trying to save myself from burnout. And so making sure that I save other people from burnout is also of the utmost important with the business. That's why I pretty much made it too. So that's a yeah, I'll add that as my desire. Plus you just saying that lit a fire in me. I'm like, I really am gonna just go reach out to some user and say, hey, how are you liking this? What can I change? Right. I'm always intrigued to see what they say. Also a little pain too when they're like, hey, this isn't working here. I'm like, I gotta fix that. Come on.
Yeah,
So thank you
yes,
for that, Riley. You're awesome.
I appreciate. I love it. So you said you're keeping the bootstrap. You staying on the bootstrap path. Um, do you even are you even considering investors' money, or you for now it's not something you want to do?
I would love to do I would love to go down the investor route. That'd be so cool. It's something
Okay.
personally I've never done before. So I'm
Okay.
assuming it'd be really hard to get an investor for me because they don't really want to deal with someone who has no clue kind of like what that entails. But I know someone out there would believe in me because I mean I'm I'm pretty awesome. No, I'm not joking. But no, I would definitely like to go down the investor route. I think that'd be super cool to one have a like a professional. Maybe I don't know if it's like an angel investor per se, but I want someone else to have an opinion too because just having my own can lead me down an echo chamber, and that's very important not to go down. So yeah, I'd like to go down that.
Noted. I love this. I love this. Man, we are approaching the end of the show, and well, because we're still getting new viewers, I want you to repeat what's your startup and what's your product so we can give a last chance for people to get it.
Guys, just don't use my no, I'm joking. So pretty much I built Socialync because I wanted to combine two things. I wanted to combine my love for killing burnout and increasing productivity, my love for social media and what it entails. People, whether you're starting being a clipper, whether you're a business, an agency, whether you're running your own content, personal brand, you need social media regardless. That's where you're going to post your ads. That's where you're going to post your organic content. That's where people are going to connect with you. And so as a creator myself, I really struggled with posting my content to every single platform. I only posted it to YouTube and TikTok. So I made an app to eliminate that problem where I can post to every single platform in one place, hit every single place with one click. And maybe one platform does 25% of the views that, TikTok does or YouTube does. Regardless, if you wouldn't have posted to that platform, you would have gotten zero. As Riley said earlier, he gave me this wonderful idea. And so I think it's very important to get people in every corner of the internet in one click. If you can post to TikTok with one video, one description, one title, why would you not go to Socialync, post your one video, your one title, your description, and post it to every single platform in one click? You're missing out on billions of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's exactly that. You're publishing on one platform with an extra click, you can 6x the results at no extra cost. So why not giving it a try? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Man, this is the end of the show. Is there anything you want to add, say, share your final thought?
I guess this goes out to anyone who's either starting their startup or in the process of running it, or anyone who is wondering about what they should be doing. Make sure you care about the thing that you're doing. As stupid as that sounds, as simple as that sounds, a lot of people get stuck in the monotony of spending so much time on something they don't enjoy, and then they think, hey, I spent so much time doing this and now I feel stuck. You got to make sure if you're getting into business, you care about the thing. It doesn't matter if you're drop shipping. Find the product that you genuinely care about and can give to people and that you can get behind, because people are going to read you like a book if all your intentions are to make money. So keep your head about you and be strong, because going down the business path will send you into the whirlpool.
Absolutely. Yes. And if you're watching this and you ever want to start gaming and streaming and learn the insights, book a very expensive consulting call with Jack.
Yeah, I'll help you get the highest rank you can in video games.
Absolutely. If you want to get prime subs from your viewers, that's also one way to do it. No, joke aside, there was a fantastic episode. Very inspiring. I loved everything about your story. Special toppings, because we have that video game in common as part of our origin story as well.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can do just a full episode just on that. But this idea that, hey, video game can teach you so many things if you leverage the right skills, and you can transform that into building business, which is the case for me. Then I see it with you, so it makes my heart beat. I love that. I love that. So let's conclude this. This was the Startup Kitchen Show with your host, me, Riley, startup advisor and investor, and with our amazing guest, Jack. Jack, where can we find you and how can we reach out to you?
LinkedIn, just Jack Vitick on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's probably the best place you could send me a message and reach out to me. I respond pretty frequently. Me and Riley talk on the DMs on LinkedIn all the time. So find me there.
Absolutely. There you go. So this is how you can reach out to Jack. If you want to alpha beta test the tool, send him a message and publish your clips everywhere. If you want to be on my show as a guest like Jack, send me a message on any of my social media. Just mention the Startup Kitchen Show so I know what it's all about. And especially if you're a builder like Jack, or if you're a subject matter expert, investor, or any of those profiles, I'd love to have you on the show. I'd love to share your story as well. Jack, one more thing, Steve Jobs style. I love your story. You're a solo tech founder. I've built this program as a startup advisor investor called the SaaS and Founder Kitchen. Mm-hmm. It's a program where I help people like you get it out there, support community, and everything that I can put on the table to help you craft your favorite paella. I have a special tier that costs $2,000 a year to get to the program for 1 year. I want to give you today a free golden ticket so you can join for free and see if I can help you. If I can help you get as far as possible with this project or any kind of project if you pivot throughout the year, because it can happen. I want to be on your side and I want to bring this community with you. How'd you feel about that?
That's awesome. That's huge. That's crazy. It's amazing. Awesome. I love it. Holy
There we
crap.
go.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait too. Plus, just the fact that I can tell how wise you are just by this conversation. Like just from me talking and the way I talk, sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying. Sometimes it's just like flowing from the heart. The way you pick up on it and figure out the questions to ask and the things that, I left out, I can just tell you have just so much to share. And like, I'm so glad I went on to this podcast. You're wonderful, Riley. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely be a part of that. That's amazing.
I love it. The door opens around mid-January because like we're about to enter the Christmas season and stuff like that. So it makes no sense starting now. So mid-January, we open the doors. We welcome the first members, and yeah, you have your golden ticket, free entry for 1 year, and let's see what we can build with that.
Let's do it. It's gonna be a very productive year.
Yeah, I hope so. This is exactly the intent, and yeah, if we can get as many points and medals for every people you save from burning out, I'll be honored to be on your side with that.
Let's do it. Well, thank you, Riley. I appreciate you for having me. This has been wonderful.
My pleasure. I love doing this. I could do this just for fun, but people pay me for that, so that's even better.
Even better.
This was the Startup Kitchen Show, episode number 8. See you on the next one, but until then, boom.